So I'm sure we all know who Dr. Seuss is, right? He's often considered to be one of the greatest children authors of all time. He's written so many beloved and memorable stories over the past few decades that have left a big impact on a ton of children's childhoods. Now, I never really grew up on Dr. Seuss, to be honest. I did read some of his books growing up, and I watched some of his films, like The Lorax, Horton Hears a Who, and especially The Cat in the Hat, which we all know is a cinematic masterpiece.
What about it? Oh, I see. I've chopped it off. Well, that's interesting because... Son of a
Top tier if I do say so myself. But there was a certain Christmas special that was written and based on a book by Dr. Seuss and directed by the animation legend himself, Chuck Jones. And that special was How the Grinch Stole Christmas. No, not that one. No, not that one either. There we are. How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 1966. The best version, without a doubt. Now, almost everyone knows the plot about How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but in case you don't, the short is about the Grinch, who is voiced by Boris Karloff, who lives up in the mountains and has a very small heart. Like, very small. He should probably get that checked out, cause that is not healthy. And he also kinda hates Christmas. He lives among the Whos, and they all love Christmas and celebrate it with all their hearts. He gets kinda pissed off one night and decides to dress up as Santa and steal all their presents and ruin their Christmas. Now, I'll go right to the chase here. This is a Christmas classic. Now, unlike the later Grinch films, which are not good at all, to be honest. Okay, the Jim Carrey one is decent, but still. These films are over an hour and a half long and drag out the plot. But here it is short and simple. The total runtime here is 25 minutes, and they fit everything they need to in here. It's the Grinch stealing Christmas. That's it. No forced subplot or a Tyler the Creator song in the soundtrack. It's short and simple and I love it. It cuts right to the chase and tells you why he hates Christmas so much and jumps right into the plot. Simple and amazing. And the general theme and story here is great. Because of the short runtime, it's pretty simple but very wholesome. Throughout the short, the Grinch is shown to hate Christmas with a passion and he tries to ruin it for the Whos. When he finally steals Christmas, he expects the Whos to be upset, and the audience expects it as well, but they aren't. They all come outside and just start singing. It's really good and kind of wholesome. Also, there is a great line here that basically sums up the meaning of the special.
Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
It's basically saying how it's not all about buying expensive presents for everyone and going all out for Christmas. It's the simple things that matter, like being with your friends and family and just having a good time. No need for all these expensive presents, just something simple, and that's all that matters to them. And it's really great to see the Grinch slowly realize what the meaning of Christmas is and why they all love it so much. Also, the animation for the time is insane. Look at these facial expressions, look at the movements here. These were and still are phenomenal. Like I said before, Chuck Jones directed the short and he did such a good job here, and so did the other animators. The way the Grinch walks around and how he's designed perfectly shows how disgusting he is. Unlike the Illumination film where he has perfect white teeth and looks sort of adorable, but here he looks genuinely disgusting, someone you would not want to piss off. But later on in the short, when he starts to become more happy and gets into the Christmas spirit, his design becomes more appealing and lovable. It's great to see. And not just the Grinch, the animation on the Whos is very well done. They all look so appealing and great to look at, much better than the Whos in the Jim Carrey one, which honestly look fucking disgusting. Even the animation on Max, the Grinch's dog, is amazing. He doesn't say a word in the film, but you can tell exactly what he's feeling. It's clear that Max loves Christmas as well, but the Grinch forces him to help him steal it. The fear in Max's face is so well done. One of my favorite animated sequences in the entire film is when the Grinch is stealing all the Christmas decorations. The way he sneaks around the place and shows how he steals all the decorations is amazing. If I were to give some criticism to the animation, the lip syncing here is a bit off and can be sort of distracting. But the characters rarely talk and it's mainly narration from Boris Karloff, so it's not too bad. The animation here is still great. Also, I'd like to talk about the voice acting here. The main voice actor is Boris Karloff. He plays both the Grinch and the narrator, and he does such a good job at both ends. When he's playing the Grinch, he puts so much effort into the voice and has such a scary yet threatening vibe to him. but when he's playing the narrator, he has such a sweet and wholesome vibe to him. It sort of sounds like an old man reading a story to a bunch of children. It's amazing. Also, the music here is incredibly memorable and has a great festive vibe to it. Of course, the most recognizable song here is You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, which is one of my personal favorite Christmas songs of all time, right behind Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. But the other songs like Trim Up the Tree and Welcome Christmas are all amazing and great to listen to. After watching this short multiple times, I got all the songs stuck in my head. They are amazing. Now before I end off this video, I want to bring on Jerzey Nate and let him talk about what he thinks of this Christmas special. Take it away, Jerzey Nate.
What's up everybody, it's Jersey and I'm back with another one. This time I'll be joining my guy Zach in reviewing the 1966 version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This version has always held a special place in my heart, and for it being over 50 years old, it still surprisingly holds up today. And that is mainly thanks to the GOAT Chuck Jones. Now if you're not sure who Jones is, check his resume. The animation is fluid and strangely interesting in a typical Dr. Seuss fashion. And yes, I know, it's pronounced differently, but I refuse to change now. But yeah, everything from the character movements to how they interact with one another is just kind of creative and interesting. I love how he made his suit. He just free-handed the cutout. I just thought that was amazing to me. My absolute favorite scene is when the Grinch packs up everything, especially when he starts pouring the ice cubes from the tray into the bag. It's just so satisfying to me. I can't really explain it, but everything that he does when he packs up the toys and ornaments and everything is just done in an interesting way. The way he plays pool with the ornaments, the way he winds up the toys and they walk into the bag. I just thought it was a nice little twist rather than just him grabbing everything by hand. The Grinch song was always hilarious to me, especially when the singer starts going in on him at the end. He just makes it so personal. It's hilarious how he takes the crumbs from the mouse. It was just so petty. My guy took the light bulbs, the flower petals, and even the camera film. Son, he took their memories. The Grinch is a classic for a reason. It's a heartwarming story about growth and family and friends and acceptance, really. Honestly, I feel it's kind of underrated in today's climate. It's kind of overshadowed by the live action 2000s version and also the 2018 version, which I do love both of them as well. But the original 1966 version will always forever hold a special place in my heart. It's just something I kind of grew up with before the 2000s version came out. It's something I used to watch as a kid. But yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep into this review. It's a very short film, something you can watch. It's under 30 minutes, but it's just something I find myself going back to every year, and it's just something you can enjoy with the family. But yeah, thank you to Zach. Huge shout out to you for having me featured on this. I greatly appreciate you. Definitely check out Zach's work. I mean, obviously, if you're watching this, you probably are familiar. He does a lot of underrated gems, something I like to do on my channel as well, Jersey Reviews on YouTube and Twitter. You can follow me. But yeah, that's about it. Everyone have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you very much, Nate. Now in conclusion, this is honestly a Christmas classic in my eyes. While it may be short and simple, it still is amazing and incredibly charming. It gets right to the point on why the Grinch hates Christmas, and does a phenomenal job. Like I said, I think this film is much better than later films. I don't really hate the later films. The Jim Carrey Grinch film is fine. Jim Carrey does a great job here, but personally I just didn't like it. It felt boring and was just kind of depressing to watch, really. And all the Who's looked incredibly ugly. And the Illumination film is pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. The Grinch in the Illumination one just doesn't feel like the Grinch. He just kind of feels like some grumpy asshole, and that's it. And the design does not fit the Grinch at all. The Grinch is supposed to be this disgusting creature, but here he has perfect white teeth and looks amazing. Like, I just don't get what they're going for with this film. Like I said, I really do not like these films, but personally I love this version of the Grinch. It's short, simple, to the point, has phenomenal animation, great narration by Boris Karloff, and amazing music. I would highly recommend watching if I were you. It airs every year on TV, but no one watches TV anymore, so yeah. But please check this out if you can. It's honestly amazing, and I'll bring you right into the Christmas spirit. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this little review. Special thanks to Jerzey Nate for having a cameo in this video. Check out his stuff, he makes some pretty cool stuff. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you all have a swag day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.